Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your buddy Ramalina, back to you again with another episode. Today's episode, as indicated in the thumbnail above my head, we're gonna discuss my latest pickups. Those latest pickups were the latest wave of the My Hero Pops. So yes, there were 7 in total in this wave. I managed to pick up 4 out of the 7. For whatever reason, I guess there was some sort of delay or some sort of mix-up, I guess, with the warehouse. So 4 out of the 7 arrived yesterday. So I will show you 4 today, and then on another occasion I'll show you the other 3 that I picked up. But today we'll get into the ones we did get. So we'll just get right into it, guys. So as you guys can see, this is the wave that came out. So it's Deku in his battle suit, it's Teacher All Might, it's Momo, Yayaruza, it's Kirishima, it's Tokiyami, Silver Age All Might, and of course All for One. So these are all the common pops in this particular wave. So yeah, guys, we'll get into what I actually got. So as you guys can see, this is Tokiyami. So Tokiyami is one of the students at UA High and friends with, of course, Momo, friends with Bakugo and Todoroki, and of course Deku. The cool thing about Tokiyami, well, every student at UA has a certain ability or a quirk. These quirks are basically abilities or sort of powers that they're born with. So sometimes it's passed down from generation to generation, from dad to son, from mom to daughter, whatever the case may be. These things are passed down, but each and every single one of the UA students has a ability. So some are pretty spectacular and like over the top and definitely overpowered. Others a little bit more benign, maybe not as fantastic, but they all bring something to the table. So the cool thing about Tokiyami is that his ability is called Dark Shadow. So the cool thing about Tokiyami is that Dark Shadow basically will manifest itself at night, but he can't manifest it during the day. The only fallback with his quirk is that during the day, the ability is not as strong. If it were nighttime, Tokiyami's ability would definitely be much, much stronger. And if you guys have watched the show, Dark Shadow tends to sometimes take over when it's dark outside. So he's not able to control Dark Shadow as easily as he might during the day when it's at its weakest. So that's the cool thing about the show, is that all these abilities have pros and cons. Not every ability is stacked to the point where people are unbeatable. There definitely is a flaw to everyone's ability. But as you guys can see, Tokiyami, it looks like a bird. So of course he's got the black, feathers, of course the yellow beak, and of course this is Dark Shadow emanating from inside of him. So I love the fact that it wraps around the back of his body and basically comes up through the front. It's a very nice detail. If you guys can or cannot see, I like the actual feel and texture of Dark Shadow. He's got some ridges. It's got some detail. I like how it fades from black to purple. Definitely gives it a nice little touch. But yeah, guys, Tokiyami is definitely a fantastic character in the series. Definitely sometimes I think overlooked, but definitely one of the more powerful UA students in Class 1A. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you think of this guy. But I love him. I think he's awesome. We'll get into the next one. So we'll get into, as you guys can see, it is Momo. So Momo is a female student at UA, and of course friends with Todoroki, Deku, all the guys, all the casting characters from that student class. But here we have Momo. Of course, Momo's decked out in her little cowboy boots. Of course, she's wielding a baton, and of course her hair is flowing, flapping in the wind. I like that detail. The cool thing about anime pops is that the hair is always over the top and over, sort of over exaggerated, but it's definitely part of the anime sort of basically breakdown. I guess all these characters tend to have some wild hair, but as you guys can see, or if you guys don't know, Momo's ability is that of creation. So creation basically gives her the ability to create anything that's non-living. So the one drawback of her ability is the fact that she has to know the atomic configuration or the molecular structure of the thing that she's making. So the cool thing about this little pop is the fact that she carries around her little manual or a book. So sometimes if she's unable to create something through the quirk, she goes to the book, and she refers to that as a reference, and she's able to create anything. The cool thing about Momo's ability is that she's able to create any non-living thing. So you name it, she can create it. A car, if she was like planning a getaway, she could create I don't know, a weapon, a cannon, a gun. So kind of gives her the ability to sort of manifest a lot of different things. And like I said, all she has to know is the atomic configuration of that said item. So yeah, very cool. I like this pop. Very nice details all around. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you think of Miss Momo. All right, we'll get into the next one. So the next guy, we have Mr. Kirishima. So Mr. Kirishima, of course, another UA student. Another pretty cool ability. By Mr. Kirishima. Mr. Kirishima has the quirk known as Harden. So basically what Kirishima does is he's able to sort of harden any part of his body. So when he does go into this form, he definitely is able to sort of basically make his whole body hard. So the cool thing is he becomes as hard as a rock. So basically I guess it's a dual quirk. I guess he can basically use it offensively to basically make his strength that much stronger. He's definitely able to wield some pretty vicious attacks, but he can also use it defensively. So say if he's outmanned or out hustled by an enemy or a bad guy or a potential opponent, he's able to toughen his skin and basically wield or ward off any possible attacks just by strengthening his skin and making it as hard as a rock. But the cool thing about this pop is that once again, the hair is definitely a highlight. I like the fact that he's got like two spikes of hair kind of basically sticking out through the front of his mask. So it kind of gives him this like little devilish sort of look. Of course, he's in that pose where he's putting both fists together, I'm guessing activating his quirk. But the cool thing about his mask is that, it's kind of like cut open, so his eyes are exposed, and then of course his mouth is exposed. But the cool little touch right here is the little fangs on either side of his mouth. So very, very cool. Like I said, guys, these anime pops always kind of stand out in my opinion. The Never Plain Jane, they add every little detail. So yeah, very cool, very awesome. So yeah, guys, that's 3 out of the 4 that I got yesterday. And of course, last but not least, the last pop I got yesterday was All Might. And we have All Might in his Silver Age outfit. And this pop right here, definitely one of the coolest ones in the entire wave. The cool thing about his pose is that he's, sort of taking off in this pose. So looks like he's about to lift off prior to, flying away. So if you guys have not watched the show, All Might is basically Superman-esque in the show. Definitely the top hero, definitely the #1 hero in the My Hero universe for quite some time. And he stands atop the mountain, basically, protecting everyone, protecting society, and he does it, with a smile. So in the show, the cool thing is that, anytime there is danger, anytime there is, imminent risk of anything bad happening, All Might shows up with that pearly white smile, and he makes, sure that everyone else is taken care of. Even in the face of fear, this guy, stands alone. Yeah, everything about this pop definitely screams coolness. You know, the fact that it's like red, white, and blue, the pose itself, the way he's like sort of, you know, about to take off, you know, the yellow boots, you know, sort of sticking out. Of course, the blonde hair, you know, the cape flowing in the wind, everything about it. So, so cool. Definitely glad that I have it. And of course, since I talked about everybody else's perk, his perk is one for all. So his quirk basically has been passed down from hero to hero. So I think there's been 8 or 7 other users of All for One, and you know, All Might is the 8th, and Deku, without spoiling anything, becomes the 9th user of One for All. So yeah, it's a quirk that basically becomes staggered, becomes more powerful with each and every person that uses it. It's definitely a unique ability to itself. Very awesome, very awesome. So I have not read the mangas, so I know there's more to, you know, All for One than just brute strength and, you know, brute ability. You know, it's definitely, you know, other manifestations of the quirk definitely present themselves in the manga. So I can't wait to see the new season. Can't wait to see, you know, how it manifests itself. But the cool thing about Silver Age All Might is the fact that this is basically All Might at his strongest. You know, basically when he's been able to, you know, use his ability, hone it, and perfect it to the point where he's just unstoppable. So there's Bronze Age All Might, Silver Age All Might, like the one here, and then there's Golden Age All Might. But this, I would say, is All Might at his top peak performance. So definitely cool, definitely awesome. And yeah, guys, comment down below what you think of this particular pop. I tend to love it. I think it's fantastic. The guy's the man. So yeah, guys. Well, with that being said, guys, you know, if you could, you know, just drop a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the 4 pops that I picked up yesterday. Tell me if you guys are gonna pick them up at your local GameStop. Tell me if you're excited about the new season, because I know I am. But yeah, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment, subscribe, like, share, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, see ya. Bye.